level. I'm on G level. Long as she naked, I don't see nothing. The money in the way for what they got to say. I throw it up, it's falling down, it's definitely in the way. More than 3 niggas, talking big flex. On the phone up, and she still takes the money in the way for what they got to say. I throw it up, it's falling down, it's definitely in the way. It's definitely in the way. The bills will get replaced. Whatever's in the safe, I put it in your face. They say life a bitch, we going on a date. I came from canned goods, I came from paper plates. God don't make mistakes, but he'll make a way. I got a pink ring, it cost by 80K. You was led astray, I'm about to set the pace.
We got London on the track.
I should've known better. Can't even pretend like I don't want it again. On the brain all the time, thinking about the things that we did. You did something. Shit like it don't happen too often. It's the way you put it down. I know when no one else around. Got me taking a step on the wild side, letting all dies with them other guys. Where you look in my eyes, loving me nice and slow. You made me wanna come through, order up to do, just to put it down on you. You made me wanna be all that I say, that you and me with you. You made me wanna come through, order up to do, just to put it down on you. You made me wanna be all that I say, that you and me with you. Tell me what you made me wanna do. I drop all my niggas for you. Got my feelings running on the loop. This ain't what I'm really used to.
Before anything happens between us, be sure you 10 toes down before I pull out this car. And the only thing that's coming beside me at the situation is you waiting and get some more. I told you I'ma take your place, I seen it in your face, and I knew that you would say it. So how you wanna play this? Yeah, you got somebody. I've been in this predicament. Don't trip, break the street, that's just what we dealing with. Come through, corner at the toe,
just to put it down on you. You made me wanna be all that I say, that you and me with you. You made me wanna come through, corner at the toe, just to put it down on you. You made me wanna be all that I say, that you and me with you.
say you want someone, say you want someone, said you want someone,
say you want someone. I think I got mixed personalities. This bitch was on my whole mentality. This girl, she got mixed personalities. One day she's happy, then she mad at me.
say you want someone that'll love you, so you could please you, so you can kiss on the robe you. Fuck you like this, fuck you like that.
Oh, now I got mixed personalities. She got me stressing, singing melodies. Fuck, I swear I catch a felony.
Oh, Penelope.
Say you want someone,
say you want someone,
say you want someone,
said you want someone. I swear to God, this girl be trippin', dawg. One day she cut it, then she trippin', dawg. You know I put it in the kidneys, dawg. She screaming now she needs some living, dawg. She blocking, ignoring my call. She keep on blocking, ignoring my call. I'm all inside, I knock down the wall. This bitch hyper needs some Adderall. Oh no,
I think I got mixed personalities. This bitch messed up my whole mentality. This girl, she got mixed personalities. One day she's happy, then she mad at me.
say you want someone that'll love you, so you can please you, so you can kiss on the robe you. Fuck you like this, fuck you like that. Oh no, I ain't never been here before. Oh no, oh keep pressing it. Oh no, she
He keep ignoring my calls and blocking me on everything, bitch, oh no. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Yeah. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had to pray to Almighty God, they let my dog out the kennel. When you get it straight up by the mud, you can't imagine this shit. I've been pulling up in the drop tops with the baddest bitches. Young nigga been focused on my check. Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck. Tryna put the water on my potato. I got killers to the left of me. We was lurking on her, ain't show no mercy on her. We was going back to back, we put a curfew on her. It was dark clouds on us, but that was perfect for us. We know you always crash and burn, but it was working for us.
Hello. Oh, is that loud enough? We on? There we are. Yes. Oh my gosh. Finally. What happens when you leave your script at home and there's struggulations to get it sent to you. Anywho, welcome to Be Chic Not Bougie. I'm your host Alicia alongside DJ Richie. How are you doing? It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Good. I'm good.
You look good.
I'm alright. I'm feeling alright.
No, you look good. You've been working out. What's going on? You've been eating healthier? When I can't see you, probably
not
move
eating
this.
at all. Sometimes.
You're not eating at all.
Yeah, I don't know. It happens.
Can I have that struggle? I don't even know what it means to not eat. Like I'm forever eating. It's annoying, actually.
Yeah, I sometimes like today. I really didn't. I think I had a patty.
That's it for the day.
The whole day.
No, it's not acceptable.
Yes. Yeah.
So what you gonna have after this?
I don't know.
Bath and bed?
Pretty much.
No, you need to eat a meal.
But
eat something light.
Like what?
Cereal.
I feel upset when I eat light food because it doesn't fill me. So
okay, sandwich. I like to have a sandwich and like tea before I go to bed sometimes. I'm such a weirdo. Like I was supposed to say, have a sandwich and some tea.
Sounds super old.
That sounds old?
Sounds super old.
I feel like I feel good. I feel full. You know, it's probably why I'm gaining weight. Like I've been trying on pants recently and nothing to fit me. And
you know, you always go like in the opposite direction of what you're trying to do. Just say, I'm just on it.
You mean like I'm trying to lose weight and I gain weight? I'm trying to stop eating and I keep eating? Yeah. I know. Okay, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to tell myself I want to gain weight.
Okay.
I want my clothes not to fit me. Please, fit me.
Let's see how that works out.
Yeah, let's maybe it'll be the opposite. No, but I'm really trying. I'm going to try this this time around. But you do need to eat. So hopefully you eat something.
I'm going to eat.
Like, what do you eat at night? Like, a good snack would be like, I don't know, like fruits and veggies and stuff, like veggie sticks and dip.
I'd have to find something that I like. Maybe if I go back to like grade school and do like celery and peanut butter, I might have to do that.
Do you like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
I do.
Have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
But like the bread, so I'm trying to like cut down on the bread intake.
Then have celery sticks. Me too.
Yeah, right? So
how's that going?
I'm going to go like, and then now I might try celery sticks with peanut butter and jam.
Okay.
Man, basically, I'll let you know how.
Ew. Peanut butter.
You said it was
that so is nasty.
Fast. You said it was so fast.
Yeah, like at least cheese.
No,
like
I don't eat cheese. No, unless it's on lasagna, and it can be a lot.
You're a bit of a weirdo.
It has to be like a little bit of cheese. It can't be a lot.
You don't
of cheese.
like cheese.
It's like pizza. Like I eat pizza cheese.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't trust anybody that doesn't eat cheese. It's just a fact. It's just a known fact.
But I'll never eat like a cheeseburger. No, not happening.
Actually, that's weird.
Or like you see your love of poutine.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a thing.
It's
I'll
not
eat
a thing.
Fries and gravy.
So you, I love fries and gravy too.
That's it by itself, but I'm leaving out the cheese. I'm special. I'm special.
It's a little odd. How was your week and your weekend? I mean, we haven't been here last week.
I'm not even gonna try to go back to last week.
No, don't. Just try to go back to this weekend.
Yeah, the weekend was alright. I think I went out. No, I didn't actually. I didn't go out at all this weekend. I've been so low key. Friday I didn't go out. Saturday I went by a friend's house. His mom passed away, so
I'm
we were
so
kind
sorry
of
to
just
that.
there. Yeah, I mean, it was a little sudden that she is older, but she wasn't sick or anything. So, like when it's sudden like that, it is a little more. yeah, kind of
Yeah,
hits
it
different.
takes you.
Yeah, because it really wasn't expected. So yeah, we just kind of spent the night there, hung out, and yeah, but like I said, my weekend's been super low key lately. So that was it for me. How about you?
My weekend, I was getting sick. I was getting a full cold, and then I noticed everybody who had the recent cold or flu, it's lingered for like 2 weeks and on, and I was like, I'm not having it. So I've been like loading up on Ferrol. You know what Ferrol, the medicine?
No idea.
Like iron and zinc and all that stuff and vitamins.
Does it come in? Is it green?
It's like a blackish, brownish bottle, and it has like a blue label in the front and white writing. You didn't have that when you were little?
I will Google it.
No, I don't know where. Since I was a kid and growing up, we've always had that. So that and just medicine. And I was feeling better, and then all of a sudden it just been like runny nose. You know when you start to feel good? I was telling you that earlier. All of a sudden your nose just hits you again.
Well, that's what happens because you stop halfway. Like you don't kill it.
But I thought it was gone.
Nah, you gotta kill it. Like even when you feel better, you gotta go like one more day of taking the medicine.
Yeah.
So that
it's really out of you.
Any lingering.
No linger. So
yeah.
I'm gonna get it out. And aside from that, I went to see Joker on Thursday. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Is it okay?
Go ahead.
No, I just want to know if it's as good as the hype.
Okay, so what people were anticipating, I don't know. I think this is the reason why some people were disappointed, is they were anticipating like a serious thriller like the previous one when it was like Joker and Batman and all that stuff. With this one, I find it's more of a storyline about his mental health and, like him just how he came to be. Not even just Joker, because in this one he's like starts off as like a clown, and a comedian in a sense, and then he kind of spirals through bad luck in life and whatever, and pretty much in a nutshell, I don't want to give it away, but it shows how like society can be so cruel and so mean, and how the rich versus the poor type of situation, and obviously in this situation he's the poor, and he witnesses some things that happen to more poor people or minorities or people of color, and he just doesn't like it because you see like these people in, like in position of power and money that can help you, and they obviously keep shitting on you or, make it worse. So he just kind of blew up. And so I like the transition in terms of seeing it like unfold and seeing like, his autopsy, his mother, and all that stuff. I like how that whole storyline kind of unfolded. So to me, I enjoyed it. It was like a psychological thriller type of thing, and that's why I enjoyed it. I did.
I decided before I saw the trailer, and the trailer wasn't great or anything, but I was just like, I want to see how they tell the story of Joker without Batman.
It's really good,
and I think that is my reasoning for seeing it when I do see it. It's just like, because this will now start a trend. Mm-hmm. Where you could do this literally with almost any villain in any series,
but you need to
comic, like you tell their backstory without
having the other characters. You don't, because he doesn't need it. Like Joker's big, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I feel like, how did Joker get so twisted? And I genuinely love that storyline. Like it's not to love like, oh, he's crazy and let's kill people, but I mean in terms of understanding how he went the way he did, it gives you a better explanation. However, I had a really bad experience, but towards the end I'll explain later to you guys. It's nothing like crazy, but I had like a really bad so I'll have to tell you about it. Anyhow, let's get into the show because I feel like we're not going to have enough time to do anything. So stay woke news updates. A 16-year-old international student from China allegedly staged his own kidnapping in Markham last month. Did you hear about this one?
Sorry, what?
Sorry, don't do that. You heard me. Okay? Don't do that. He staged his own kidnapping, allegedly. Okay? So York Regional Police said officers were called to a residence in Halting Park Drive on September 27th, just after midnight, for a report of kidnapping. When the officers arrived, they were shown a video of the supposed victim, a 16-year-old student who recently arrived in Canada from China. Investigators said that this was pretty much all released, I guess, this morning. So the video was sent to his parents via China on social media. An application showed the student bound, gagged, and wearing a blindfold. And the video was sent with a text message demanding the student's parents to pay $1 million for his release.
So he knows his parents are rich.
Allegedly.
Okay.
The allegedly. I'm not going to say this for facts. But obviously with About 1 hour after the initial call to the police was made, the student was spotted inside a restaurant in the area of Valley Maid Road on Highway 7 in Richmond Hill.
Was he still gagged?
Clearly not. You're at a restaurant chilling and eating, I guess.
Oh,
so further investigation revealed that the student had staged a kidnapping in efforts to get attention and cash from his parents, like you mentioned. The teenager was subsequently arrested and had been charged with public mischief. And obviously, this is a very serious matter. Like, people should not be doing this. This is things like I see in movies.
Yeah.
To actually see something like this unfold on TV, like, I was actually like, I need to kind of talk about this. So, I mean, obviously, you know, don't cry wolf. You know, there's people really out here that are going through these type of things, and you don't want to be doing that. And then, you know, God forbid something really does happen because people now know your parents have money. Yeah. Chill out. Moving on, a woman from Kingston, Ontario has been charged with assault after allegedly attacking her boyfriend with a hammer. So local police say the incident, it's not funny. Incident began early Monday morning when the on and off again couple got into an argument inside their home. So they say the woman was upset because she couldn't find her keys. She thought that her boyfriend must have just taken them. So the argument continued after hours, and later on to the afternoon, the woman began swinging around a hammer. She hit the man in his forearm with the hammer, causing minor injuries. She then fled, but then has been arrested and charged with assault with a weapon.
Over keys?
Over keys.
Is this like comedy news?
I don't know. Like, you know what? I think I wanted to read some of these things because I was just like, this made the news today. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this, wow. This was, I'm not saying these are bad things, but just one of those days where, like,
that's very interesting, though.
It is interesting. I want to know the background story behind this because I feel like it had to be a little bit more than just keys.
Well, it's like
what's in the car?
With, like, the dishes the night before weren't done, and then he never puts down the toilet seat, and then the keys. So it was kind of just a build.
Or it could have started off where he used her car and had a woman hiding in the car. And there was clearly some evidence, and she couldn't see because you know when you're hiding, you know what I mean. She's not gonna bust her own windows to get in her car, and so somebody who's hiding in the car, she needs the keys now to get in her own car. She could have called CAA. Anyways, that's something that could have been too. see how that escalated real quick. That calls for a hammer.
That calls you a woman. Like, what in the world? How did we get there?
How did he not just give her keys? Something was in the car. Men don't give you something. There's usually a reason.
Maybe he didn't even have the keys to begin with.
That's very possible. So I'm not going to deny that. That sounds very possible too. However, I want to feel like it's something bigger. So I'm going to just work up a little extra story. Allegedly, it could be something more. We'll stay tuned on that, actually. And lastly, Ontario Food Terminal located in West End, Toronto, has been declared a protected employment zone, which prevents it from being relocated. So Municipal Affairs Minister Steve Clark says a province had made a decision to protect the estimated 100,000 jobs that depend on the terminal. The province launched a review at terminal earlier this year, can't speak English, sparking fears that the facility could be moved and make its way to the residential development. Agricultural Minister Ernie Hardman announced in July that the terminal would remain in its current location. The Ontario Food Terminal was established in 1954 to help farmers in the province get their produce market, and it has become the largest wholesale produce market in the country, also serving Eastern Canada and some of the northern states south of the border. So I'm happy. That's happy for people.
That's good news.
Keep it. Yeah, that's good news. So I ended it with good news.
Yeah, you did. That was a good job. You brought it home.
Brought it back up. So there we go. And what's going on? And wait, that's it for Stay Woke News updates and credits to CP24. What's going on for events?
So events, I'll run through them quickly. Happening Friday, October the 11th, Fly Fridays presents Lead by Example, LBE, celebrating the birthday of DJ Booba from Amalgamation In Sound. And featuring live in concert Gage. So Gage, who had the first hit, like "Don't Get Know Your Throat,"
don't get know your throat.
He came back on the scene again with good something gal forget things. So good something gal forget.
Good pussy gal forget things.
Yeah, you do it. So Gage is back on the scene. So he'll be here this Friday at Luxy Nightclub. Early bird tickets and guest lists are $20, and will be more at the door. Also happening Friday, Rick Ross. The boss, the biggest boss, something like that. He'll be in town for his Toronto stop on the Port of Miami 2 tour that's taking place at Phoenix Concert Theater.
Wow.
And tickets for that start at $90. Happening Saturday. Infamous Sound presents Galorama. You know, it's a, I won't say annual, I'll say like a quarterly event that happens every quarter, I guess. Shout out to Voodoo. It's happening at Crave Event Center, featuring Fire Kid CD, DJ Whiteboy, Dirty Dez, and many more. Tickets for that are $20. And last but not least, happening Sunday. It's a long weekend, people. So Sunday is History, Love, Riches, and Dirty Dreams editions, featuring DJ Tyrone, Lando Rivas, Lindo P, and more, plus a special surprise guest. And this event is a evening-ish event. It's kind of a new trend that's happening in dancehall. So it'll be from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. is the time that the dance will run. And shout out to J Logics. He always does things. He does Shelly Ann, and he always puts a lot of effort into his events in terms of like the staging of it. So when you walk in, it's not just a normal party. Like you feel like, you know, some thought went into it. Some money was spent. So your $30 or $40 ticket like
is going to good use
where it went, instead of just like 2 balloons and something in the sky.
Well, probably, you know, the money from previous events helped funded that one. Because
that too.
Because by the time you spend the money on this ticket, they already paid for it.
That too. But you know, for the next one, you know that it's an investment.
It's just that's what I'm trying to get to. Like, you know, like it's built up.
Exactly.
It gets better and better.
Yeah, that's what's happening this weekend.
Are you going to History?
I am going to History. I rate Logic, like Logic is a cool dude, so I rate him. But I also have somebody here from out of town.
Oh, nice.
So I'm definitely trying to, you know, show him a good time. Yeah.
Is he single?
Yes, he is.
What does he look like?
I'll show you after.
Okay. Yeah, just asking some questions for inquiring minds who singles out there.
A friend. Yeah,
want to know.
Yeah,
okay, question of the day before I get into the fashion buzz. So you just brought it up, so I'm just going to kind of play off of that. So do you believe that good pum pum girl forget things?
No.
And why not?
Because I feel like it's relative. I feel like there should always be more. Like, I feel like, you know, it sounds nice. It's one of those things that sounds good, and yeah, it's a nice
so they shouldn't buy a gala house and buy a gala
car. Hell no. Like,
but what if she's a loyal, hardworking?
Right, but that's not because of her.
What's a part of it?
Physical attributes. That is the type of person that you are on a whole.
But then you have that as well.
If you have that as well, then sure. But again, that's relative. It's like beauty. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it fades.
What's tight for you might be slack for me, and vice versa. I'm just saying. So
it's very true.
I don't think like even the other way around. Like, I don't think girls should spend money on a guy because like he makes them come. Like, sure,
that's a little not completely deserving, but they deserve a meal at least, the very least.
Cool.
You know,
like,
little things.
I'll feed you, no problem.
But house and car is a little excessive.
I'm not even buying you like running shoes.
No. Even look a bag, look a lip gloss, look a MAC lipstick.
We can eat to replenish our bodies and get energy to go again. That is what you
interesting.
Just put it.
That's how you feel. I think that good pum pum girl forget things. That's my.
What kind of things?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a house, but a few bills paid here and there, and that's fair.
Solely because of her sexual capabilities.
Yes. There's strippers out here just getting money for like twerking, and I mean, like, if you go to do the deed, I'm not saying to be a prostitute. That sounds really horrible, but I'm just saying in a nutshell, if you like her, you're into her, and you're coming over for whatever,
I should pay your light bill. What?
Yeah, pay a light bill. Pay a phone bill. You talk on the phone. I'm pretty sure to find out where she at. Pay for her, her tires.
If I pay your phone bill, you ain't allowed to talk to nobody else.
Huh?
If I pay your phone bill, you're not allowed to talk to anybody else. If I pay your light bill, you're not allowed to turn on the lights unless I'm there.
Okay, then we'll do the car.
If I put gas in your car,
no,
you're not allowed to drive to anywhere but
you're right.
work
Hold on.
and my house.
You're right, until the gas run out, and then it's a new day.
That's fine.
Okay.
But the gas is for work and my house. Okay. Thus, I'm going to know how much gas I put in the car. I'm going to know the kilometers from your home to work and back. What?
Don't be what? Don't be petty.
This is hard-earned dollars.
And this is some hard-earned...
What? No.
You know what's up.
No.
If a girl can really... I'm not saying all women, but like, you know that special one that makes you just feel good. I'm just saying she probably deserves, like, you know...
She deserves a hug.
A little hydro bill.
A pat on the back.
You know, her groceries filled in her fridge and her tires.
You deserve an atta girl.
You know?
You did good. You know, you brought your A game today. I'm very proud of you. You know, let's see how you do the next time.
Tune up. You tires. I think that's fair. It's wintertime. Be nice.
Hey, yo, women, y'all are...
Yeah. Man. And then men deserve meals.
So for all of our hard work, which we both know, 90% of sex, the man does the work.
No, 90% of sex, men are the ones who get to enjoy it.
No.
You know why I say that? Because majority of the time, you guys are the ones that come. For the woman, usually we don't come just off.
That's your business. Figure it out.
That's my point.
Figure. That's a personal thing.
We are able to make you do that 90% of the time. I just feel we do deserve little things.
75% of the time, the man makes himself come.
That's a lie.
That's the truth. You know
how?
That. You know
no,
your
I
man
don't
knows,
know it. No,
your man knows the position that this is.
I know the position. More times, I have to stop. Be like, okay, wait, hold on. Okay, I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute. Okay. So I'm just saying. I don't know. It's not always the case for most. Usually men have to stop because they're gonna come so quick, and it's just like, yo,
yeah, but that's
we've been doing this for like 2 minutes. Please give me a little more. And into the fashion. That was just a random question.
No, for sure.
This week's fashion buzz. Let's get into more positive light. Black excellence. So this week's fashion buzz icon is a history-making media mogul, Tyler Perry. He was actually known as Emmett Perry Jr., and he was born September 13, 1969. He's an American actor, writer, producer, and director. And in 2011, Forbes listed him as the highest paid man in entertainment, earning him $130 million US between May 2010 and May 2011. He created and performed the Medea character, a tough elderly black woman, which obviously is like one of my fave. Perry's films vary in style from orthodox filmmaking techniques to film production and live stage plays. Perry is estimated to have earned around $75 million in 2008, and many of Perry's stage play films have been subsequently adapted as films, which I think is a completely dope, considering from his background and where he came from. So just picture writing as, you know, homeless and then just making it so big. But Perry wrote and produced many stage plays during the 1990s and early 2000s. He developed several television series, most notably Tyler Perry's House of Pain, which ran for 8 seasons, which is a long time actually, considering. And that was from June 21st, 2006 to August 10th, 2012. And on October 2nd, 2012, he struck an exclusive multi-year partnership with Oprah Winfrey and her Oprah Winfrey Network. The partnership was largely for a sake of bringing scripted television to OWN, based on Perry's previous success in this area. He has created multiple scripted series for the network, The Haves and Have-Nots. I think I mentioned the show to you. I love that show. That's my little soap. You know when you're growing up and your grandma or your mom would watch soap operas like Young and the Restless and all that stuff? I never really got into soaps, period. But let me tell you, The Haves and Have-Nots is my soap. Like, I cannot stop watching it. So, and again, it's very drama and it's all over the place. But anyhow, the Haves and Have-Nots have given, the Nots been the most successful on the network, and the Haves giving their highest ratings to the date of up to 2014. The series also offered one of OWN's biggest success stories, with its weekly dose of soapy fun filled with the typical betrayal, affairs, and manipulation, which is juice. Over the weekend, Perry opened his brand new 330 acres film complex in Atlanta, Georgia, which is highly, like, I don't even know. Like, did you see the video of this by any chance? Oh my gosh. The grand opening of his film complex was a huge success, further solidifying him as a baller in the entertainment world. Bigger than the Warner Brothers, Walt Disney Studios, and Paramount Studios. How dope is that?
I'm iffy.
You know, huh?
I'm iffy.
Tyler Perry Studios as a total on the top of the line 12 stages, making him the first Black American to completely own a film studio. I think that is Black excellence at its finest. Like, if we're topping this as Black people, I can't wait. Like, what is more to come? You know what I mean? But on a whole, Black Hollywood was there to celebrate as well. So I'm not sure if a lot of people were posting. I think one that was trending, which is so annoying, was Bow Wow, that he was saying he hung out with Bill Clinton at the Tyler Perry.
Bill Clinton?
He hung out with Bill Clinton.
Oh, okay.
And he's like I was at the Tyler Perry, grand opening for this, and he's just saying how like I was hanging out with people like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton.
President?
Yeah, former president. And he was saying that if this is what he's doing today, like what, nobody can top this. Like pretty much saying like come high, come bigger. Like this is your level. Bow Wow. I was like, go away, Bow Wow. Like I don't understand.
I've been said. I think everything about Bow Wow is corny. I've been said it.
I had to say that because it really bothered me when I seen the clip and I was like,
I think everything about Bow Wow is corny. Like
he's
everything.
very corny.
Everything.
It's very corny. But people that were present was Spike Lee, Oprah Winfrey, obviously, Samuel L. Jackson, Beyonce. There were so many celebrities. And again, I love what he's doing. I love what he stands for. Really just coming from nothing and making himself this mogul into what he is today. I think obviously owns him more than just the right of being our fashion buzz of the week. But like, I love him. I think that him giving so many young actors and actresses a chance to shine and become so big, because I don't know, like anytime I watch his show, especially when he started off, like he always was trying to give people a chance in the spotlight, and then to see all those actors now. Can you help me, Tyler Perry and Richie?
I'm very skeptical.
Can you help us?
Of Tyler Perry.
What? Why?
I'm super skeptical because I feel like there's more. I feel like what we see is there's something missing. There's a disconnect.
He's been through a lot though.
But if you look at Black Hollywood and Tyler Perry, there's a disconnect. And to me, that says something.
He said that they don't like him. He had an interview with Gayle.
Exactly. So if you are the common denominator, there's a reason why.
Not necessarily.
There has to be.
I feel like I don't want to say this because I don't know people in Hollywood to say this, but some of the people I just feel are very superficial. I don't feel like a lot of them seem genuine, and I think that for him, maybe coming from where he comes, because not all of them came from that upbringing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think coming from humble beginnings to coming to where you are today, and knowing who you are, sometimes it can come across as being too cocky, or I don't know what it is. But he literally had an interview with Gayle, and they said like, he was, I can't remember the question she asked him, but then he was just like, they don't like what do you think the people think about you, or whatever the case may be. And he was just like, I don't think that they like me, and I don't really care.
There's more to that. I'm super skeptical. Like, I've never been a Tyler Perry fan. Like, I liked House of Pain. Never. I liked House of Pain. I don't even remember one Madea movie that I've watched that is memorable that I liked it. Oh, shit. Not one.
I love Madea. Even her plays. You never watched his plays. The plays were
enjoyable,
amazing.
but because of the music. I'm a musician, so I liked the music and I liked the singing.
Theatrics and everything.
I didn't give a shit about the play itself. Yeah. I just liked the singing and the music that he incorporated. I've never been a Tyler Perry fan. Again, successful and doing great things, but for his circle is what I see. You know what I mean?
When you say his circle, but you're forgetting, like I mentioned, there's a lot of people when he was doing those plays, there weren't nobodies. They weren't real big names.
His circle.
Yeah, because he brought them on.
You bring them with you.
And then there's movies.
But now we see other black people being, like, to me, the power that you have, the star power that you have, and the influence that you have, you should be working with somebody like Michael Coogler, who brought Black Panther, and creating something like monumental, something that's a classic, like a Boys in the Hood. So like John Singleton is working with these people when he was alive. You have that's what like. There's a disconnect
But see,
between
that's the
Tyler
thing.
Perry
You also
and
don't
Black
watch
Hollywood.
a lot. Okay, so for the haves and have-nots, I know it's a soap, right? But if you do watch it, a lot of the affairs and the tragedy and things that are happening, I feel, is something that he's also trying to do with and still keep it in like in his own way. Like I feel like he's not trying to be like everybody else, like a Spike Lee and all these other directors.
I don't want you to be
Quentin
like
Tarantino,
them. I want you
know?
to work together. I want you to work with them.
He is working with them. There's so many. Yes.
Is he?
Oh, I can't.
Have we seen a Tyler Perry project?
Yeah.
That has been directed by another big name in the game.
Oprah.
Oprah. And I mean, I'll do some research on it, but I don't know, like I said, successful, and you have to definitely. I've always won that. You have to respect the hustle. I always respect the hustle. Even if I don't rate you as an individual, I always rate your hustle.
But look what he's creating. He's creating more opportunities for things like that to come about. You know what I mean?
I would hope so.
Well, yeah, with you, it's bigger than the other. Look at these other studios, the Warner Brothers studios and Paramount.
But some of them are giving more opportunities to Black people.
But at the same time, I think that, you know what it is? I think that people tend to forget that when you come up with a vision, I'm not saying that you have to start, okay, I'm not going to help other people, but when you have a vision, you have a vision. You know what I mean? And these are the type of plays and movies and shows that he wanted to create, and he did that, and he stuck with it. And I commend him for that, because I feel like so many people are so quick to tell him, do this now, go do this. But sometimes that's not what you are. That's not what you know, it doesn't maybe come natural to you because this is what you're about. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping, yes, that he does expand and go into other things, but I get it. I like it. I don't know.
Even him lining with Oprah, and I won't like dwell on it, but even him aligning himself with Oprah, which any one of us would love to do, but only for the benefit of it being money and, you know, positions of power. But when we look at Oprah's history with Black people, with Oprah's history with Black people in pop culture, it's not the greatest. So it's like the fact that you're even aligning yourself with somebody like that.
But she did a lot of good movies. Color Purple.
She did.
But I didn't want to get into the amount of movies that Oprah actually did. And hers were things that we actually can say, you know what?
As a role. As a
production. Yeah, she did a lot of good. Don't get me pull some movies up right now, Richard. You're gonna really try.
I'm just saying, like.
No, she's done a lot for the Black community. I get what you're saying when you say pulp culture, but my thing, you know, actually, you know who said it best? And I was listening to this today. It was Ellen. And Ellen was saying she was with George Bush. Okay. Rolling my eyes. And she was videotaped, or I guess they were at a game, whatever, like a football game, and she was on the new iPhone, and she's like, oh, like everybody was so caught up with the fact that I was taking a picture with him. She's like, I have friends from like all different backgrounds and beliefs and whatever, and she's like, and the one thing that I don't do is, just because you and I don't have the same beliefs or agree on everything doesn't mean we can't be friends. Agreed. You know what I mean? Agreed. So when I look at things like you're mentioning with the Oprah and she's not into pop hip hop, not a lot of people are. Like, if you can think of people in the church, they may not like dance hall and hip hop and so forth. And I'm pretty sure if they had the millions to fund certain things, they wouldn't fund certain things.
Agreed.
Period. And so to me, I feel like if you have the money to do what you want to do it, because you're still giving money to various causes and helping Black people. But maybe in your eyes, hip hop is not always the answer. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that it's wrong. That, okay, you know, she's not trying to help with the hip hop community, because I did see certain interviews back in the days that people irked me a little bit, even with like number one, that Toni Braxton's interview when she was bankrupt, whatever, that shit pissed me off, because she's a singer and she's amazing. But anyway, and happy belated birthday, Toni. So things like that pissed me off. However, when you look back, it's like, again, we don't know their real relationship and the dynamics of certain things that, you know, went about. And then you sometimes look at hip hop today, which it wasn't like that back then. So I mean, really, what was your problem, Oprah? But today, I wouldn't want my son to be a rapper. True. You know what I mean? Like, study a book, get a real job. Like, I'm not saying you can't rap on the side, but like for real, like, this is not it. Like, Tekashi 6ix9ine ain't your life. Like, doing certain things is not what you're about. You weren't raised that way. We didn't come up in that type of, you know what I mean? So I don't see anything wrong with it. with her not supporting it to that level. I feel like you are who you are. Don't try to please everybody, because then you're really not pleasing yourself. And I feel like Tyler Perry, to me, stayed true to who he was from jump, and it shows and shines through in all of his plays, his movies, and everything that he touches. And so I do hope that he broadens his horizon and does other things and work with other producers and directors. But I feel like this right now, I feel like he got himself to this level to probably do that. So this is why you're our Fashion Buzz of the Week.
Shout out Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. Okay, so Richie,
what's up?
Today is your week for our topic of the week. What's our topic today?
Our topic today, so I feel like I've repeated myself several times on this show that I hate social media. So I've also picked up a new mantra.
Oh, I think you're going to pick up a new mantra.
No, what, Delicia? Why?
Wait a minute.
Mantra.
God, minute.
Picked up a new mantra of problem solving instead of problem finding.
Hey.
So today I am going to give us 5 tips or suggestions to defeating social media.
I like this.
So number 1, understand that what we see is not the full picture. Oh wait, yes, understand that what we see is not the full picture.
Agreed.
They ain't what they post to be. We hear it, we say it, we even see posts about people posting that another post isn't what it's supposed to be. Right? Yeah, we see them on vacations, in fancy cars, in the hottest name brands, and in the VIP. And subconsciously we wonder, what are they doing that I'm not? Why they have all of this? Whether we say it out loud or not, I feel like you've seen a post from one person at some point on social media and you've been like, how do they have this?
Yeah.
Right? But the number 1 rule of all social media is people post what they want us to see, not what they don't.
That's a big fact.
No one is posting the buddy pass or the loan they took to go on that vacation. No one is posting the rental agreement or the defaulted payments of that fancy car. No one is posting themselves at the flea market buying those hottest name brands. And no one is posting what they did before or are going to have to do after the club to be in that VIP section. The point is, what you see isn't always what you get. Not everything that glitters is gold, and do not compare yourself to anyone else that is doing or has things that you think you want.
And no one's posting people that man that they're sleeping with.
They'll post the hand. They'll post the hand.
Good. See, like let me stop.
Y'all are wild. Tip number 2: there's no double tapping your way to fame. A lot of us follow celebrities on IG and other social media platforms, be it rappers, actors, athletes, comedians, fashion moguls, or even social media stars themselves. No one double tapped their way to where they are now. They worked to get there. They spent more time grinding offline to be able to be seen online by those of us who are still only scrolling and double tapping. Social media is an amazing tool when it is used correctly. However, many of us get caught up in the explore page instead of harnessing our searches on things that will help further the passions and goals we have for ourselves. Instead, we feed into the goals, passions, and businesses of others. We need to make a conscious effort to take some of the social media time and invest it into working towards being the influencer instead of being the influenced.
I like that.
Number 3, compare your post to your day and tell me who won. Okay, so compare your posts to your day and tell me who won. We all love the inspirational and motivational posts, and there is literally I can never say that word. There is literally an endless amount.
You said it though.
I did?
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
Both times I did.
There is literally, that's why. There's literally an endless amount of posts to like, screenshot, and repost to 3 or 4 different social media platforms: IG, Snap, WhatsApp, Facebook, Pinterest, if that's a thing and people still use it.
I don't know. Do people really still? Anyways, kids do. Actually, kids
Pinterest?
do.
They use Pinterest.
They use Pinterest.
I use it too, but they wanted me to do an account, and then I got tired of it.
I've had like kids be like, "Oh, do you know what Pinterest is?" I'm like, "Bruh."
Yeah, I can't.
you just bored yesterday.
I can't keep up. I can't. It's too
but
much.
Pinterest is so old now.
Recipes and cool stuff.
I used to use Pinterest like it was like the Bible before I used it. Right? Before it was like before Instagram.
Too much now. But what's the point of posting the deepest and most profound quotes and sayings while laying on your couch for the 4th straight hour as you binge through Insecure, Dear White People, and Power all in one day? While you sound like the leader of the pack of the get it doneers, you really are the backup to the backup of the person who's just about to do it big for 2020 or 2021. You know, the people always, next year is my year. At the end of the day, literally at the end of the day, look at your posts on all your platforms and ask who won. The person I sound like through my posts or the person that I actually was today. Long story short, stop posting about it and start being about it.
Agree.
We all know that. 4th one, it's social media, not the 10 Commandments. Too often we take opinions, blogs, vlogs, debates, and things that sound good and turn them into facts of our lives. Because a random person who was going through a situation that they very well might have caused on themselves decided to post a few words over a nice background. And now you've added it as the 11th commandment. You know what I thought about when I saw this?
What did you think about?
Cassie. When Cassie got pregnant recently, and everybody was like, girl,
leave him. You could have been married with a baby in a year.
Cassie knew what it was when she signed up.
Cassie was living her life.
Exactly.
On a yacht, doing the most, having a good time.
Cassie knew exactly what it was.
Because she's set for life. What did Cassie do? Like, no shade, but aside from modeling for Diddy,
like 2 songs.
And but she also was a model.
Oh, was she? I had no idea.
She was a model, and not just for Sean Diddy's Ciroc Girls and all that stuff, but she was modeling. And so my thing is, no offense, a lot of you owe a lot of that success because of
Diddy. People know you because of Diddy.
And on top of it, but she was a pretty girl.
There's a lot of. I passed a pretty girl outside downstairs.
I know.
Like there's a lot of pretty girls,
and I get that. So I feel like, but I don't know why Steve Harvey's daughter is dating Diddy. That's just a big question and circle in my head.
She's trying to get there.
But she's a Nietzsche. Her father
Her father's rich. We don't care about you yet.
You mean you don't care about you?
We don't care about you yet. What have you done?
She's been around. She could have married.
Oh, she's been around already.
Remember she was engaged to the race car driver.
Sure. I know she just like she was like talking to Trey Songz.
Yeah, but she was first. That was the big drama because she was engaged to the race car driver, and then she started talking to Trey Songz after she called off the engagement. Like right away, she was seen with Trey Songz, and it was like, oh. And then she left Trey Songz for somebody else, and then she was dating Diddy.
And now she's Diddy, and now she's with Diddy.
And now she's with Diddy.
That's interesting.
Oh, she was with Sean. No, she was first with his son.
That's what I was like.
That's what it was. Son first,
I was like,
and then later on other people, and then Diddy. Like, how do you? Okay, I have a question afterwards if you have time.
No problem. Just because it sounds good, it doesn't make it a fact. Matter of fact, it doesn't even make it true. So stop running to social media and scrolling for the perfect quote-unquote post to reflect or define your situation. Your life is your life. Every part of it.
Sometimes they help a little bit if you're going through a bad day.
No, zip zero. And while you might be able to find people and posts who have been through what you've been through,
or going through in that moment, and you feel like God is talking to you through social media,
the key to getting through it will be found in living and feeling, not through reading and posting.
You don't got to post
and screenshotting.
You can save a screenshot.
Letting y'all know. And last but not least, the 5th tip to defeating social media is get off social media. Obviously sounds simple enough. Should be tip 1 of 1, right? Close the book. But as simple as it sounds, we all know how hard it is to not click on the Instagram icon on a daily or even hourly basis. But the truth is, we all stand to gain from a little less scroll, double tap, scroll, double tap, scroll, close the app. Just to open it again 5 minutes later, like something changed. Real life is happening all around us, every second of every day. And yes, social media, as much as I hate it, is admittedly a part of that real life today. But it isn't the real life. It is out in the world where people are making connections, forming relationships and bonds, and building memories that no video, no filter, or no picture angle will ever be able to capture the true essence of. So remember that before you brush off an invite or cancel plans next time to lay home and do more scroll, double tap. And And those are the
Look
5
at you.
ways to defeat social media.
That's helpful. I like that. It's hard because realistically, you tell yourself, I'm going to come off social media, and you damn well don't.
And then you go back on
And
social media.
You're like, I'm done. I'm not going nowhere. I'm so tired. And then the worst is when you don't go to sleep at all because you're on.
Or when you're on the phone with people, then you tell them good night, and then they see you on social
Oh, that hurts my
media.
heart because then sometimes people message you on WhatsApp, and then you're like, shit, I don't want to go on WhatsApp. But then somehow you find yourself going through that things, and then you end up clicking back on WhatsApp. You're like, why did I do that? Just because you're on it and you're seeing. I don't like to see messages. I don't like to see them. I like to see it cleared. So, yeah, it's annoying. So please, really work on it. I think it's hard, you know, even for us hard. Because I feel like there's so many times I want to literally shut down my social media, Facebook, Instagram, all these things. But it's like, how do we let people know that we're having a show? How do we let people know what's going? How do I stay in the loop of things? You know what I mean? So it sucks, but yes, like you said, you have to kind of find a balance.
Yeah,
you got to find something that it's pushing you to where you need to be versus distracting you and making you feel less than. Which I think is the
biggest problem, because I feel like the majority of us are more distracted than we are motivated and like directed with our social media. It's literally like we go on the explore page and we find funny videos and we start sending them, and then one leads to another, like literally it's a rabbit hole. You know what I mean? You just go all the way down.
There needs to be a class on how to make social media work for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, because I feel the amount of hours that you're on it, like this can be this could be a job.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's people that have jobs for this, but I mean, there's other jobs that can definitely be created just by scrolling and getting information. But I want to do this before we have our time is up. So first thing I want to say is back to the Joker movie that I mentioned in the beginning, right? And I don't know, your moment. I'm a little internal battle that I was having with myself. So I'm in the movie theater and everything's fine. I'm eating popcorn. We're enjoying ourselves. And I had like one extra seat beside me. So this gentleman, not even gentleman, he was like a young kid. And he sat beside me. So, you know, when you're squeezing through the aisle, he was very tall, like over 6 feet tall, wearing shorts, it's cold, and a hoodie. But his backpack was like this thick, this wide, this height. Okay, so now my eyes were like, So I'm telling my friend, like, are you seeing his backpack? He was just all like, okay, that's all right. I said, no, something's not right. And so he's repeating what I'm saying, and I'm getting frustrated, like, shh. You know, like, I don't need to be the first one to die out here because you be talking. So I just stopped talking to him and try to figure out what I need to do. So they have these big cups, and they have like the It cups, the movie It. They have like a balloon piece on the top. So I popped that off and I kept it in my hand and positioned it so that was just gonna be part of my weapon. If not, it would be my keys. So I had a pouch on and I kept my pouch open a little bit so I could take the keys out if I need to. So I have 2 weapons. Anyways, I'm going crazy during the movie. So I am paying attention to the movie. It hasn't started yet, but I'm overthinking everything. So he puts the backpack in between his legs. And this whole time, all I can think of is the States. You know, how they have all these shootings, massacres, all these things randomly happen. Because I'm like, yo, why does this guy have such a big... It was bothering me why his backpack was so big. And I'm sure if this was the States, somebody would have been like, what's in your backpack? You know what I mean, sir? Why do you need to bring that into the movie theater at 10 o'clock at night? Sure. So I was like, let me be on patrol for the whole theater to make sure we're good. Because he's my responsibility now. He's beside me. Okay. So then he sits beside me and he opens his backpack, and it's so wide that it doesn't, like, you know, it usually just flops when it's open. It opened.
Stayed up.
It opened. So now I'm like, oh. Trying to see what's in the backpack. But he didn't go in his backpack. He just kept it open. As if he just needed to reach and he pulled out. So I'm like, maybe he has snacks. Maybe he has homework. He could be a college student, X, Y, and Z. Long story short, he's tapping his friend throughout the movie. Didn't go in his backpack. So I kept saying, what I'm going to have to do is if he goes in his backpack and I see anything shiny, I'm going to use this little piece, stab him in his eye, slide the backpack over, push him forward, because he's so tall, he'd roll. You know what I mean? We take out whatever, if it was a gun, and get in position. So I was ready, planning out this whole situation in my mind because I was so crazy because the movie was all about killing. And at one point in the movie, there was like a moment and that passed. All of a sudden, he taps his friend, but I'm thinking he's tapping him for something else. And he's like, haha. And they start laughing. They both do it to each other like their own head. And I'm like,
This is Jamie Sparks.
So, anyways, I can't. There's nothing that happened. Moral of the story is pay attention to the surroundings.
So wait, did he just close the back?
He didn't close it. Like, he had it open the whole time. And at one point, I almost stabbed the man because he ended up like leaning low, but he asking his friend for popcorn. But his hand's so long, it kind of reached into his bag, and I thought he was reaching, so I kind of positioned, and I was ready to do one of these.
Hey, what's going on, everybody in cyberspace?
That's it for Stay Woke News Update. I'm Delicia.